Hello crafters, welcome to Create at Home with G, Gareth here, and today's video. Today is a memomended.com design team video. I'm going to be making a wreath today using the new paper line, and it's called Celebrate Autumn. Now I may be using some of the chipboard pieces, I'm not too sure yet, so I've got those, and I've also got some of the enamel dots that I might use. I'm going to be using this leaf die. Now I know Meme stocks some leaf dies in her store, so I will link a photo of that link die so it pops out now. I'm going to be using the 6x6 paper pad, and I've got this rectangle wreath, polystyrene wreath form base, so I'm going to be using that. So the first thing I need to do is I need to cut out a whole heap of leaves. I'm going to see how many I can get. I'm hoping to get as many out of one pad as I can, because I'm not too bothered about using the stem here, so I'm hoping to be able to get 2 out of each. Okay, I'll only get 1 out of that way. I'm going to try and get as many out of this paper pad as I can, so I'm going to cut away and get on with that, and then I'll be right back once I've done that. Right crafters, I have my wreath base and I have a whole heap of leaves that I've cut out. What I've done with these leaves, I've just folded them on themselves just to give the leaves a bit of dimension. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue the leaves onto my wreath form, and it's probably only going to take about 3 to cover this wreath form. And obviously, depending on what wreath form you choose will depend on how many leaves you will need and how many you will need to go across to cover it. So it looks about 3 is a good number, and like I say, I'm going to give them a bit of dimension by folding them in on themselves. And then I'm going to try and overlap them slightly as well. Okay, craft, just to show you what I'm doing, I'm cutting the papers down to 2 inches, so I'm getting 3 leaves out of 1 sheet. Now if you put the die down to one end, then you have a bit of space up here that you can maybe do a quilted card. I've done a tutorial for Meme, I think it was. I'll link that so it pops out now. So you can always do that. I'm almost finished, as you can see. Now in this corner, I'm only going to go to about here, and then in this corner we're going to do something else. So I'm going to crack on with that and then come straight back to you. Okay crafters, so just gluing down the last few now. And of course, I mean, you could distress the edges with a distress ink. I was going to use vintage photo, but then I thought there's so much pattern and colour on here, I really wanted it to pop, so I didn't. I decided not to use the distress ink around the edges, but you certainly could. And obviously, as this is a paper wreath, I wouldn't recommend that you put it out in the elements. And I will give you a measurement of the wreath base that I'm using. It is 9 1/4 inches wide by 12 inches long. But you can certainly do this on some cardboard. If you don't have a rectangle or a square wreath form, you can do it on a circle wreath form. You could do it on a metal wreath form and then just bend the base of these leaves over so it goes over the metal. So as I said, just coming to the end because I am going to do a cluster of something in that bottom corner there. I'm hoping to use some of the embellishments as well. The chipboard pieces, and just to show you how many pages I have left. Now this is a 24 pad. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 pieces of paper left from this paper pack, so it's a really good way to use up your paper pads, especially if you've got one that you've had for ages and you really want to use. This really does showcase all the different designs, because obviously the pictures, you know, the leaves are all different, facing in all different directions. I'm having to record this quite early in the morning because of the heat at the moment is affecting the drying time of the hot glue. Right, so that's that done. Now in this corner here, I plan on having some foliage, so I'm just going to go to some foliage and I'll be right back. I've just got my foliage and I'm going to use this large sunflower, so I'm just going to snip the back off using some wire cutters. Right, so I'm going to use that. I've got a faux acorn, I've got some berries. Just going to take out a few bits and pieces and see what I want to use. And obviously you can't go wrong with some autumnal leaves. You're thinking, more leaves, Gareth? Right, so let's have a look. Let's have a play around. So let's put some of these material leaves on. Now I know that you can get these from your dollar stores. You probably can get them from Michael's and places like that, and in the UK you can get them online from eBay. I know the Works sell a pack of autumnal leaves. Right, have that there. Now these are just bits and pieces from my stash, but you can definitely get these. Ouch, that's hot. You can get all this type of thing online. Dunelm, The Range, that type of thing. Right, let's have some, because I want that just there. I have these brown wired stems, and I saved these from a pick that I utilised in another project coming up. And I'm going to use some of the chip. I think I might use that Autumn Blessings, and then some of these characters. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach them to this wire bit here, and I'm going to have them poking out. So for example, this little chap here, I'm going to put some glue on the back to secure the wire. So I need to lay that down and let that rest for a while. So I'm going to do that with a few of these chipboard pieces, and then I'll be right back. Right, crafters, the footage of me putting these characters and the Autumn Blessings and the little spiral brown pieces completely disappeared off my camera. Now as you can see, all I did was stick it into the styrofoam, and then these pieces I bent and then put in the styrofoam so they're facing that way. Whoops, that way. So here we go, that's what it looks like on my wall. So sorry about the last bit of footage, but I love the way it turned out. Thank you very much for joining me, and if you recreate this, please head over to Create at Home with G and share your recreations. Also the customer gallery on memomadeit.com, and Memo Made It and So Did I on Facebook. Please subscribe, share and like this video, and don't forget to hit that bell. Thank you very much, take care now, bye bye.